Oh, I got one. Spinnerbaits are great lures for beginners and pros. I'm gonna tell you my 3 favorite techniques for playing spinnerbaits and tell you the best method for playing spinnerbaits that everyone should do. I'm Koaw of Koaw Nature, and this is part 3 of my 3-part series on spinnerbaits. If you missed the first 2, you need to check those out. The first one covers the components and all the little itty bitties of spinnerbaits. The second one goes into lure science and how fishes actually react to a lure. I'll talk about their lateral line and why color matters. Method 1, the drop. We'll go over the drop in 4 easy steps. So, step 1, get rotating. As your cast is finishing, just as the lure hits the water, allow your blades to establish a normal rotation. This may be achieved by a quick jerk immediately after the lure has landed in the water or any time later during the retrieval. Step 2, begin the drop. Halt the retrieval and let the spinnerbait fall. This may require actually hitting the bail and pulling some line to release tension in windy conditions. Step 3, the wait. Wait 2 to 4 seconds, or more depending on the depth you wish to let your lure sink to. Step 4, the quick jerk. After waiting your designated time, quickly jerk the bait and continue a normal retrieval. I find that pike are more likely to strike the spinnerbait between step 2 and 3 after the drop has begun, and bass will often strike right after step 4. Method 2, water skiing dense weeds. We'll do this in 5 simple steps. Firstly, this is very difficult to accomplish with heavier lures, a ½ ounce or more, and with light line that stretches on a light pole. Why? When casting into dense weeds like a patch of small lilies, the lure needs to stay on top of the weeds, and the retrieval must be started before the lure hits the top of the weeds. So a light pole and light line offer too much stretch or give and not enough tension. In pike waters, I'll often use a medium rod with 20-pound braided line, and in bass waters, a 15-pound fluorocarbon line on a medium light rod does pretty well. So, water skiing dense weeds in 5 steps. Step 1, cast out. Cast at your desired emergent weeds, such as lilies or cabbage or whatever you're casting at. Step 2, early retrieval. Before the lure hits the surface, begin your retrieval. I'll say that again. Before the lure hits the surface, you need to begin your retrieval. Start cranking before your lure hits the water. Step 3, water ski. As the lure hits the surface, keep it on the top of the emergent plants and water until you are ready to drop it in an open area or an area without weeds. So step 4, the drop. Commence the drop method that we first went over, but keep your rod tip high. This helps to keep the lure on top of the water and weeds when you need to get back up. Step 5, commence. If you get no strike, just keep your rod tip high and reel fast to get the lure back to the surface and resume water skiing or skimming the lilies. I find that both pike and bass will hit and often miss when the lure is skimming the tops of plants. However, they usually hit again when that drop commences shortly thereafter. It's always worth a recast if a fish hits and misses even a couple of times in these dense weeds.
Alright, so you're going to water ski the lilies, pick your spot, cast, start your retrieval before the lure hits the water, and keep your rod tip up. Start the retrieval. Tips up. Find an edge. Let it drop. Bring it.
Method 3, the twitch. This one is simple enough, done in 3 steps, and it's sort of my last go-to of the methods. So step 1, the normal cast retrieval. Cast normally and commence a normal retrieval. Nothing fancy about it. Step 2, jerks. Every 3 or 4 seconds, give the spinnerbait a hard jerk or 2. Step 3, switch the tempo. After a jerk, slow the retrieval and speed it up just before the next jerk. And mix and match the tempo of your speed. So these are only 3 techniques for using spinnerbaits, and I encourage you to be creative and always try new things and new setups. Fishing is all about learning and adapting to ever-changing conditions and fish preferences. So, you stuck around, you saw those 3 techniques, but the best technique for playing spinnerbaits, yeah, it's just the straight retrieval. It's a steady retrieval, you cast out, and the speed can vary, but the lure is designed to work at a straight retrieval the best. So stick with that and practice that as you practice the other techniques. Be sure to check out parts 1 and 2. I will post those links right here. You're seeing them right now. And good luck with your fishing.